drinks. Okay. Continue from our last broadcast. One thing about spirit realms, at least they got one thing advantage. I can see the outcomes. I can see things clearly, and here we can't see anything. This is the muck. At least that's their advantage. We can sometimes see things, but of course. Anyway, where the world is heading. So the NPC Chronicles, NPC more on humanity, you could say, or just how many are actually checked out here is probably, I don't know. I mean, of course, you have projections of people here, but a lot of it is just NPC. I would just say just NPC people are just, well, it's how many souls here can be switched out with others. You know one person, you know a person, and they get switched out into something else, and so on, and yeah, it's like a giant size psyop. And it gets very exhausting, and you get energy attacked, and yeah. And they're trying to drive you insane. Yeah. Thank you, Raytheon, and all the other, what's the other one? Lockheed Martin and whoever else that's out there. All the other aerospace places, they got nothing better to do. Let's enjoy our psyop here. And one thing about the political stuff, not to go too deep into that, it's good just to be an observer and not to take sides. It's a sewer no matter what side you're on, but if you're an observer, which many are having trouble with, I would say a majority is having trouble. They can't do it. They're not strong enough to do that. They have to take a side. Yeah, they're just not strong enough to they're letting the program, it's hard not to be mind controlled by this system that's here. It tells you that's so sophisticated. It's not that sophisticated, just some are not at the level of just, can you not be mind controlled by the political nonsense that's happening here? That's not working. Because, keep it general, if you're getting prosecuted and yada yada yada, and it's like propaganda. You have your mugshot. It's like propaganda. It's like people here are not strong enough for this. They're not strong enough to not get pulled into the hype, and it's pretty obvious they're not strong enough. That's why I get this NPC crap, because just how can you fall for this shit? Obviously, the other side's not the brightest star, but this is all propaganda, man. I have to say this is how dictators are created, but it's kind of like that. Not to say that's going to happen here, but it's kind of like that. People here are just not strong. It's so easy. Yeah, it's ice cream. It's mental ice cream. But if you just hear it's just too good to be true. It's not true. It's like how, you go throw somebody in jail and all of a sudden they keep getting out of it, and it's like, come on. It's like, are we supposed to take this seriously? It's like, throw him in jail and then get it over with. It's like, no, all of a sudden he's out, or the white hat's won. It's like, whatever. Whatever, people. Just keep falling. This is whatever. Society's pretty gullible. Obviously. They're beat up, gullible. And when have they ever been right? Never. Just continue to be wrong. Yeah. Well, how do you know that? Well, you just look at the vices, alcoholism, abuse, mental, just, physical, mental, attack on children. I mean, you go to school, you have armed guards there now. This is in the U.S., so it's like, what the hell people know? It's like they might talk the talk, but they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Fix your shit. Yeah, kids shouldn't have to go to school like whether they're gonna die or not. Come on, people. You gotta fix that crap. You can't go to some dictatorship to get that fixed. You gotta work on yourselves. But good luck with that. That's a little bit. That's easier said than done. They're not gonna do that though. Some will. Well, most are not interested. So, whatever, right? It's just another day in the cesspool, basically. But yeah, soul possession that's going on even in the presidential level. Like, is that who you think it is? Probably not at this point. But people here, once again, are not strong enough for this shit. And it's pretty obvious. It's way too obvious. But, you know, you go by a hype train. It's just never good to go by that. Whatever. The sad world continues on. Total economy. Yeah, tell me about private sessions. Shop here. That's okay to join one of these new age groups and find your alien dictator, the alien Jesus and your galactic Jesus, and give you someone to worship, or you have a political Jesus, and oh god, this place is just non-stop. Whatever. It's good to stay out of all of it. Yeah, but, the soul, human slave or soul possession. I mean, it's not too commonly known, but it is common, especially like with parents or a mother just had a child and started all of a sudden her soul keeps switching out from a nice person to a devil person, depending on the situation. And that's one way to get a kid, that's for sure. One way to cause trauma. Yeah. Interesting. It muted itself. Different. Yeah, what a surprise. Brought to you by the CIA. I forgot my train of thought there. Jeez. That's nice. Yeah, that messing. God, man, what the fuck? I have to handwrite everything before I come here. Yeah, I just lost my train of thought. That was different. Yeah. I did not do that. Hands free. That's nice. Yeah, the human possession stuff. I lost my train of thought. I just have to do what I can think of. Yeah, it's just yeah. Obviously, it's a war on humanity. And not talked about. Obviously, religious groups talk about. Some Catholics talk about it to some level, but not at the high level. Yeah, incarnate here and just have your parents possessed or somebody or Uncle Charles or whoever the hell it is, and then you have these fractal souls here that get the kids get possessed by certain beings and just yeah turn to an NPC. So if you're being attacked by these people and they're just laughing and living their hollow existence, it's like if you tap into their NPC self, it's like, yeah, of course. hollowed out NPC creature is just having a blast here, basically. Rubbing into your face how life is so great when there's really no, it's a hollow shell. So, that's common. So, yeah. Like I said, I lost my train of thought. Great. But it's very, yeah, all this stuff's, this whole thing. Oh, yeah, no, Elon Musk isn't part of the politicals. Yeah, I don't, and he's not that trustworthy. So, PSYOP is showing its true colors, and it's not what you think. But hey, you know what? If you're easy to program, this is all great. If you're not easy to program, it's like, what are they doing? It's like Tesla cars are not necessarily great for the environment. So, yeah, bait and switch. But like I say, society is not strong enough for some are. Not many. So there's the golden age is starting, and dude, we just came from Biden. How can you just come from that and all of a sudden things turn around? It just doesn't work that way. You come from from one turd to the other. But yeah, they're just not strong enough to figure that out. Like I said, the mind control is very powerful here. That's why society is successful, because it's just not strong enough. Oh, that's right, the Atlantean stuff, that's what I was getting into. And it just happened to be right when I was going to go into that. Now I got it, now I remember. How convenient, right? So, yeah, the Atlantean stuff, you know, I feel like it's Atlantean. It could be others involved, Lemurian, but we'll just connect to the Atlantean. I mean, obviously most were just living their normal lives and hugging crystals or whatever it is that they're doing, and whatever, it doesn't matter. But then there's others that are greedy, arrogant, and like our modern world, and you can say manipulated by reptilian beings or archons or whoever, and just start opening up the lower dimensions, even within themselves. And just, think about that. So you're on this world that's higher forth to some level. It still has a physicality here. Of course, physical. When you're a physical being, you can still be at a fourth, fifth, sixth dimension. You're still physical, but you can still be at a higher frequency, as many know that within themselves. Of course, some are naive as you can get. They're so naive. Welcome to the New Age world. Space Jesus. God. Everyone needs a savior, right? But during Atlantean times, it was, so within yourself, opening up the lower dimensions, and just keep opening it and opening it and opening it, and just, you say, the beings here feel like they can handle it, and now here you are. It's like you keep open up a can of worms of the lower realms, and it just doesn't stop. It's like an ocean. It just ocean of dark dimensions open up, and it just sits there. It consumes your planet and drives everybody insane, and so on. So, and that's why the higher realms are having trouble here. It's like more than they can handle. As you can see in society and their vices and their self-destruction and everything that's going on here, it's like once it's open, it's like, yeah, you can close it, I guess, but it's kind of like you have to kind of deal with it to close it down, and it's not as easy as it sounds, and society has to really change and evolve, which is not happening. It's happening very slowly, or for most it's not happening at all, due to greed and material possessions and things like that. So either way, but yeah, just how many here take on more than they can handle, and then you're here to steer the planet to a better frequency or just a knowledge of itself, and you obviously get attacked by NPCs, possessed people, whatever, just throw everything at you. Not that, it's like, the only thing I haven't, like I mentioned, about the kitchen sink, they haven't thrown a twig tree this way yet, knock on wood. There is another hurricane out there, so you never know. So anyway, beyond all that, so going to NPC consciousness, those that need to know, and they might go into the slave mentality that's here, or the human possession energy. Let's see where that goes. Yeah, we just let the NPC consciousness speak for itself. So, Greece, this is what you would call NPC or non-player characters, people. Yes, it was part of the human DNA. Of how well you can say this goes back to human evolution, was your modern version of it. Of course, it's back thousands of years. Or Anunnaki. It's like the avatar is like a window to the soul. It's like your house, but that house can have invaders. And yes, can the soul battle itself within? It's like, yeah, you can enter into this vessel, but sometimes others can enter it also, like try to steal it, rob it, that's the same thing, but damage it and so on. Kill it, try to at least energetically. So it's, you can say that, the Anunnaki, and there's other beings involved, but Anunnaki cannot seal the human avatar. Like, that was one of the wars of your past, your galactic wars. So it's easy for the human avatar to be infiltrated. And not everybody's going to go through it, but yeah, there's plans here to cause mayhem, as you can see. And some of them are presidents, kings. Oh, yes, you can have an NPC king in history also. That is high regarded and loved by those that are also the non-player frequencies. And it's just to make things more difficult here. So soul possession, yeah, it's just war realms know what they're doing, as you can see. And yeah, they feel like they have this world under control, as you can tell, but not all of it. You do change the temperature of it. You are releasing them, but it's just, that's why you have to focus on yourself, because you focus on yourself, because they try to get you to focus on other people and not you. That way it becomes, you're easier to attack. They want to drive you insane, basically, to give up. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to get off the planet and not think you had enough, but as long as you continue going, that's what matters. Because I wouldn't call it no choice, but this is the battle, just the mental battle. So you're here to bring in the aliens, but of course they're not going to make it that easy. That's a big deal. At least the knowledge of it without having an agenda. Now, if you have an agenda, people, yes, they run towards it. They want a hero. Because they don't want to do it themselves, or not strong enough, or for whatever reason. They don't think a whole lot of themselves either. So it's easier just to bring in a savior, like Superman. But Superman's also like to remind you of your own abilities, of your own self. Not to say the savior side, but sometimes you are seen as a savior. But the idea is also to assist society. Yeah, a lot of complications there. But the NPC's energy is a war on humanity, yeah. At least when it's on the attack. Because the soul cannot always incarnate fully into a human vessel. Yes, somebody can already occupy it. That doesn't have the best intentions. Yeah, it is a touchy subject there. So we're just giving you pieces of it. And this is why your government can be corrupt, hijacked, but also society can be hijacked too. Society can act like a victim and need, all of what you're seeing is major propaganda. But yeah, society is not strong enough to, or believe it. Who wants to believe it? You want to think the heroes are winning. And you are here, so that's important, but giving your power away is not winning. And many are giving away their power not even realizing it. So, this would probably cost a line just by saying that, but we'll just leave you with that. Blessings.